When you try to hit a hard first serve, do you find that you're hitting the ball in the net way too often? There are a number of reasons for that. I'm going to give you about 5 different reasons why this may be happening. Number one reason, you're thinking that you can hit down on your serve, that your racket could be in this position at the moment of contact. While in fact, you have to be about 7 feet tall to actually hit down. That's one reason, your mindset, you're thinking down. Number two, you may be getting the wrong imagery. When you look at the service line or the service box, you are looking at it through the net. And what happens is, it's been proven that muscle movement is led by the eyes. So you're looking at that service line, and that's where you serve the ball, in the middle of the net. Another reason is you may be dropping your chin. You want your chin up and your chest up when you're making contact with the ball. If the chin drops, the whole upper body collapses and you hit down. The racket just comes down like this too early. Another reason is, and this is usually not the case with most recreational players, but the toss may be too far in front, okay? So the racket, if it's too far in front, the racket's going to be pointing down when you make contact. Another reason is you may be holding an Eastern forehand grip, or some people are at semi-Western forehand. Now, that helps you to hit the ball nice and flat, but it doesn't give you margin for error. When you hit the ball flat with a serve, you have to aim very close to the net. You know, 1.5, 2 feet over the net is about all you can do. If the ball gets up 3, 4, 5 feet over the net, the ball's going to sail long because there's no spin to pull the ball down. So you have to learn to turn your grip to a continental grip. For more information on how to hit a topspin serve or a kick serve, check out my channel here. You're going to see lots of videos about how to get topspin on your serve. And you can increase your height over the net. You can aim 4, 5, 6, some players 7 feet over the net, but they have so much spin on the ball is pulled back down into the box. Because if you can hit topspin on your serve, you're making the ball spin forward. That forward spin creates air pressure on top of the ball. So it's always bringing the ball back down. So how do we solve these particular reasons of why they may be going in the net? First of all, don't think down, okay? When you're making contact with your serve, think the racket is straight up and vertical. And when you hit the ball, I want you to think up and out. And I want you to imagine that your racket is just going across the top of a table, just going right across the tabletop. You don't want to think down at all. The next thing you want to do is not look at that service line or that service box. I want you to look at an air target over the net. Okay, you see the tennis ball on the windscreen. I want you to look at a window there. Look 3, 4, 5 feet over the net. You want that air target to be your target. And the next thing I want you to think is to keep that chin up, okay? The chin's got to stay up. The chest is staying up when you're making contact. I want you to think stretch that Adam's apple. Keep the chin up, the chest up. That's going to prevent you from collapsing the upper body. Other thing you can do to help you not collapse that upper body is to keep your head up until you see the blur of the racket. You will see, if you're watching the ball closely and your head and chin are up, your chest is up, you're going to see the blur of the racket go by. Okay, if you're looking up, you're going to see that racket go by. And once you hear the sound and the racket has gone by, then bring your head and chest down. You're still going to have plenty of time to get ready for your opponent's next shot. As far as the toss is concerned, if it's too far out in front, you've got to bring it back more. You want that racket to come up, boom, hit it vertical. If the ball's way out here, see, you're going to go down. So bring your toss back a little bit if you're hitting in the net and you feel like the toss is too far in front. Either that or you have to lean into your toss. I'm not against tossing it way out in front. All the pros do. That's a good thing. But your body is leaning in. Your body's like that leaning tower of Pisa. You're leaning in as you hit. But the racket is still vertical, straight up, and going across that tabletop when you're making that contact. And the last thing is, you've got to change from that Eastern forehand or semi-Western backhand. Long term, you will never have a really confident serve unless you go to Continental, where you can learn to impart some spin. So check out some of the other videos on this channel and you'll see how to hit a top spin serve or a kick serve. Once you learn how to hit a top spin or a kick serve with that Continental grip, now your margin for error increases so much. Instead of having to aim 1 or 2 feet over the net, you can aim 4, 5, 6 feet over the net and still make that spin, pull the ball into the box. So here are a couple of things you can think about when you go to the line to serve. I'm going to be thinking not down, up and out across that tabletop. And I'm going to be looking at an air target above the net, not looking at the service box or the service line. Okay, let's take a look here in slow motion. The key point I'm emphasizing here is that you have to be thinking up and out. So you're thinking up and across that tabletop, going out. And I'm keeping the chin, the chest up, stretching that Adam's apple. Now, right there is where you need to be thinking up and out. Okay, the racket's coming down here, but we can clearly see the ball is gone. And the head was still up at that point. I'm following the ball now. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. Use those tips, and I think you're going to find a lot less serves into the net. Please subscribe to the channel, post any questions or comments below, and please give me a like and subscription because that really helps me out a lot. And while you're here, check out the videos on the top spin serve, the kick serve, and holding that continental grip or hammer chopper grip. All the best. Happy hitting. Take care.